Hi everyone, and welcome to what is going to be my finale for my Beauty A to Z project pad for 2021. There's still about 9 days left in the year, but I can't see anything changing, anything being done, any goals being met between now and then. So I just thought I'd do this now and get it out of the way, because I'm not too sure what opportunities I'm going to have coming up. I wanted to run through, as well as the things that were still current as of last update. I thought I'd do a little bit of an update on some of the things where I had like usage goals, things where I had a particular point I wanted to get to, a particular goal that wasn't actually finished. So for example, if I had a goal that was, sort of 350 grams left and I hit that goal, but I've continued to use it where I am now. So I thought I'd chuck in a couple of those updates just because there's not an awful lot of products left. Now we're getting down to the pointy end. So I thought, I'd do a bit of an update on some of those as well. Right, so start off with A is the Glimmer Sticks eyeliner in the colour Mocha Flash from Avon. A for Avon. So this one, I've got it down to that much left, which really isn't much. I got pretty close on this one, and it's now quite pointy at the end too. I seem to be working down the sides a bit on this one at the moment. So I've got this one down to 0.3 centimetres now, so 3 millimetres. Started the year about 0.8 centimetres. So I have used up more than half of that. A little bit disappointed I didn't get it finished. But these are fairly dry and fairly stiff. If anything, now that they're getting towards the end, they seem to be getting a little bit softer because of all the stuff I've been using on them to try and soften them up. I think it all sort of soaked down in there. And if anything, they seem to be getting softer. For B, I've got the blusher in Barbara Ann. This is something that I said I reached my goal on, which was to use half of what was left. So it was 1.2 centimetres at the beginning of the project. This plastic bit is about 2 millimetres, which meant I had about a centimetre left, and it's now down to 0.5 centimetres, 5 millimetres. This one, actually, because of the angle it's on, there's really only a tiny bit, only probably not even a millimetre between the side edge and the plastic. So it'll be interesting to see how much longer this one actually goes before I have to scrape it out the middle. For F, I had the Fantasia lipstick. This is a MAC lipstick. My goal was to get it to the cross line on the A, and I reckon that I have just reached that goal. It's a bit of a tricky one to show, but I'm saying that that's goal met, which I did in, I was sort of there. I could almost call it last time, definitely calling it now. So that's another goal met. And this one I got down from 1.4 centimetres down to 1.1 centimetres, which means I could still be working on this for a couple of years at the rate I'm going, which is a little bit frustrating, but we'll keep chipping away. Didn't have a really great year in regards to reapplying lipsticks this year. Been in mask for the last couple of months. When I have been reapplying, I've been tending to apply brighter things under my mask that I wouldn't necessarily feel particularly comfortable wearing without the mask on. So I've been getting some use out of some other things that way this year. For G, I've got the Glimmer Sticks eyeliner from Avon in Burgundy Shop. So this one is down to 0.4 centimetres. Started off the year about 0.7, so you almost used half of that one. So yeah, looking good to have these done next year. Yeah, again, quite hard, quite old, quite dry, but seems to be getting a bit softer now I'm getting down to the bottom. Okay, for I had the In the Gallery quad and my goal from MAC, and my goal was to hit side pan on this guy here. Didn't end up really working too hard towards that goal this year because I sort of started on it and then got a bit worried that if I was to do that and hit pan here that it might jeopardise the stability of the rest of the colour. Excuse me. So yeah, even though that was my goal, I didn't really work really hard in one particular spot on this. Yeah, just because I was a bit worried that it would lose all its stability and crumble. But I have expanded the pan quite a lot. Alright, we're up to update for J. Goal was to hit the bottom of the label, and that's about where I am now. So use this a little bit, but not a whole lot since I reached my goal. This one's currently weighing 76 grams at the moment. Doesn't look like much left. Is of course at the wider end of the bottle. Hoping to get some use on this one sort of in the summer, maybe going into the autumn. But I have put this one aside to try and use up another one a little bit more over the really warm months. Okay. So the original item I had for K, I lost early-ish in the year, about halfway through, so I started working on this instead, which is Wanderlust from Michael Kors sample. And I finished this in the last month. It's a little bit hanging around in the bottom, but sort of doing these as I'm spraying it and nothing's coming out. So I'm calling that one done. So that's another item done in this project. Sorry, I keep getting coughs. Alright. For N, I had the Fort de France highlighter. Hit pan in this one in July. Haven't worked on it a whole lot more since then. Have used it a couple of times. I was finding that I was sort of chipping off at the sides. Sides were sort of chipping off and I was getting some loose stuff. So I sort of stopped working on it for that reason for a little while. Also, this is probably something I'll try and get a bit more use out of if I get a bit more of a tab. Yeah. Reasonably pleased with that one this year. Probably won't use it up next year. I don't think I'll set that goal because I've got some other things that I want to get some use of, and I'll probably use this one a little bit if I get a bit darker, and then probably again next year in the same circumstances. Alright, for R I had Baron's Rose lipstick from MAC, which I can't find at the moment. I can guarantee you that I haven't made heaps of progress on it. I have used it a couple of times, but nothing to sort of write home about. And I'm feeling a little bit sore to go and try and find exactly what's happened to it. Can't be far away. I reckon I used it sometime this week. I don't know what I've done with it. Can't be far away. Alright. S is an update on this Smooth Minerals eye pencil in Pebble. The goal was to get the cap down past that point there. So when did I do that? I did that in August. So I've continued to work on this one a bit more. And I'm actually reasonably impressed with how far I've gotten with this guy this year. Probably came closer to finishing it than I thought I would. Yeah, so I'm thinking there's a good chance I'll get this one done next year. I'm anticipating that it's not going to sharpen down further than this plastic. So yeah, good chance that this one will be gone. So that's where the goal was, and that's where I am now. So super pleased with that guy. Here's to having him done next year. Okay, so the next one I've got an update for is, this one was still in the project. This, for V, it's the 7-day scrub from Clinique. My goal was to get it down to 50 grams, started off at 73.76 grams, currently weighing in about 64 grams, so I didn't quite get halfway there. I have other scrubs I tend to use in other circumstances, and this one was probably only about once a month or so, so I wasn't really expecting to get the whole thing done, but I have managed to chip away another 10 grams of that, so that was good. And we'll continue to work on this one next year. Sorry for the interruptions, I keep having coughing fits. Okay, next. This guy is so close. There's really not much in it. It's taking a lot of effort to get it out. I keep doing these and squeezing it and getting a tiny bit out and getting it to the point where I can't really squeeze it anymore. So I take the lid off and I sort of go like that, add a bit more air into it, knock it down a bit more. There's great heaps of air bubbles in here. I'm anticipating that sometime in possibly before the end of the year, I'll cut this open and scrape it out into something. I can't see me persisting with it as it is much longer. There's really not much left in here. Great big air bubbles in there. I don't know how this is going to work. I'll give it a go. Yeah, it doesn't really work, does it? Yeah, so it's now sitting down under here, but you can tell when I look through it. There's great big air bubbles in there. Possibly we'll have it cut open by the end of the year. I can see me getting to the point where I can't squeeze it anymore. But that's being said, and I don't use this every day. I can't see me quite getting to the point where it's all done by the end of the year, although it would be close. I think if I used it every day, I might get there, but I can't see that happening. When did I do it? Oh, yeah. For Y, I had the matte bronzer from NYX, and my goal was to hit pan, and I did. When did I do that? Looks like I did that in August. I've continued to work on this one. Don't use it every day, but when I use a bronzer, this tends to be the one I use. And I have a nice big pan in the middle there. Almost got the whole of the circle in there done. Just a little bit remaining. But yeah, quite pleased with the progress on that one. Can't see me having it finished next year, but I can see it getting a reasonable chunk out of it. I don't think it'll quite be to the point where I need to repress it. But yeah, I'm expecting to have a reasonable circle, something like that, by the end of next year. because particularly around the middle it's not very thick. Alright, and for Z, Ibiza Party Shampoo. This one's now down to 98 grams. Started at 117.54. So I've actually used almost 20 grams, which isn't too bad considering this wasn't the shampoo that I was predominantly using this year. Put this one in because I needed a Z. Was really hoping to get the other one done first, didn't quite get there. And I have been using this a little bit. I thought it would be something I'd tend to get more use in summer because it is quite fragrant. It's almost floral, it's a bit of a strange scent, also quite runny, so not my favourite. I think if I liked it more I might have been able to power through it, but the fact that I wanted to get my other one done and I didn't particularly love this, I've seen this one kind of stall. Yeah, I was almost hoping to get it down under here, didn't quite get there. It's a bit hard to tell exactly where it's sitting at the moment. I think it's probably sitting around about there. I was hoping to get down there, didn't quite happen. Okay. So, in summary, of the 26 products I started with, I reached my goal on 19 of those, which means I had 7 left. I was going to work out the percentage of that, which gives me 73%. I was kind of hoping for 75, which would have needed one more done. But yeah, didn't quite get there. So what did I have left? I had 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the lipstick I can't find, Baron's Rose. 7. Yeah, so 73%. So I was probably hoping for 75, which would have meant one more. Didn't quite get there. But yeah, reasonably happy with how far I got with this project this year. Yeah, so anything over 2/3 is probably okay. 75 would have been good. Got pretty close. Alright, so I am definitely doing this one next year. I think I've already posted my intro for that because I picked out the products early so I'd be ready to go. And there's a few that I'm already been working on. So yeah, I wanted to give myself the best opportunity of doing that. So until my next update for my Beauty A to Z Project Pan 2022, I'll see you later. Have a good one, guys. Bye.